Good Tuesday morning. I'm Father Steve from St. Bridget's Hermitage, and this is Moments with the Master. Today is the 6th day of February, 2024, and our readings today come from the book of 1 Kings, chapter 8, verses 22 through 30, Psalms 84, verses 3 through 11, and also the Gospel according to St. Mark, chapter 7, verses 1 through 13. For you that are new to me, I always start my reflections with a gentle nudge, a gentle prod to encourage you to open up the scriptures and, read them every day. 5, 10, 15 minutes a day. That's all I'm asking you. I'm asking you to stand in prayer life. And since Lent is just around the corner, it's a great time. It's a great time to, if you've fallen away, get back on the horse. I want you to have a great Lent this year. Pick up a Lenten reflection, something off the internet, something in the bookstore. Build yourself up. We want strong Christians out there. We want happy Christians. Anyways, enough of that. Today I'm going to speak about stewardship. And when stewardship is mentioned by any type of pastor, what do we immediately think of? We think of monetary donations during a church service, whether it be our tithes or offering, alms, special collection. And that's true. That form of stewardship, it's valuable, it's necessary, it's what keeps our churches and faith communities, our parishes functioning. However, biblical stewardship isn't necessarily only monetary donations. As the old saying goes, money isn't everything. I picked a quote from a writer, Andy Elkon, and he writes, "Stewardship isn't a subcategory of the Christian life. Stewardship is the Christian life. After all, what is stewardship except that God entrusts to us life, time, talents, money, possessions, family, and His grace. In each case, He evaluates how we regard what He has entrusted to us and what we will do with it." Ephesians 5:15 through 17 reads, "Be very careful then how you live, not as the unwise, but as the wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil, and therefore do not be foolish, but understand what the Lord's will is." The Lord's will is that we make good use of our time, that we're good stewards of our time, not squandering it away on useless things. God calls us to manage our time and not just our money. And we're supposed to make every opportunity count with a God-centered life. And we can't have a God-centered life if we just wander around aimlessly during the day, not getting anything accomplished for the Lord. Well, we might get other things accomplished. We might have gone to the baseball game. We might have gone to the friend's house. We might have gone out to the pub. But we didn't get it done for the Lord. And that's what I'm talking about today. Getting things done for the Lord. We got a whole bunch of things that occupy our time. Especially now. We got the internet. We got a million TV channels, podcasts. We got work, school, family, friends, sports. The list goes on and on. It's almost impossible not to allow the cares of the world and the fun in the world to get in the way of our spiritual walk. It's not wrong to have fun. It's not wrong to pursue hobbies and interests and have good times. There's nothing wrong with that. But as followers of Christ, we need to seek first the kingdom of God. We have to seek first God's instruction, a relationship with our Father. Because when we do that, our thinking, our hopes, our dreams, our aspirations all become God-centered. And we have, for the first time in our lives, real joy, real peace, real love, and all the things that come with the good relationship with our Father. When we put God first, all the things in our life will eventually fall into place in God's time. And that's what I always tell you guys, in God's time. So, the question is, do we give God the proper portion of our lives? Or does God just get the leftovers? Does he just get a quick, now I lay me down to bed, sleep, prayer? Or does God get a relationship with you, a conversation with you? Being good stewards of our time with God means, how can we best use our time, not just for ourselves, but to serve others and serve Christ? Psalms 90:12 reads, "Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom." Education's one thing, folks. Knowing things is one thing. Wisdom's completely different. I'll have to do a reflection on that sometime. Being good stewards of our time, like I said, doesn't mean we can't have good things. We can't have fun. But we read in 1 Timothy that God wants us to richly provide us with all things for our enjoyment. So, as a practical priest, how do we become good stewards of our time? Well, first of all, we take responsibility. And we're living in a time, folks, when that's not popular. People don't like to take responsibility for anything, especially their actions and their own lives. And sadly, this has become true even in our faith communities. It's easy to play the blame game. We didn't have time. The traffic was too heavy, the job got in the way, the kids got in the way, got to call the parents, our spouse. We use all these excuses of why we can't read the scriptures, have a good prayer life, read those reflections, be active in our faith communities. It's like that third servant in the scriptures who hid his talents instead of multiplying them. Instead of complaining of how we don't have enough time, we should find out how to have enough time. The truth is, we have 24 hours a day, folks. And if we manage our time well, we'll be successful not only in our walk with the Lord, but in our daily life in general, our secular lives. Because the basics are, we have 8 hours to sleep, 8 hours for work, and 8 hours to get something else done. Something done for the Lord. And even if you spent just 1 hour a day, that's only 1/24 of your time. That's not much. I remember a video of watching Arnold Schwarzenegger and talking about his time management. He says 8 hours of sleep. Who needs 8 hours of sleep? 6 is the most you need. You have other things to do. If it works for him, it might work for you. So is it going to be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. But if we take time to take the responsibility and to take control of your lives and take steps to time management, you'll find yourself not only in control of your spiritual life, but your secular life. So now that we've taken responsibility, we make a plan. Planning your day. Folks, most of us don't plan our day unless we're at work or maybe at school. But if we plan our day, we avoid wasting time. And that's a resource we can't get back. Folks, I know that we all have different lives. That means we're productive at different times of the day. So, if you know that you're got a busy morning, getting ready for work, it's a long drive, you know, you just don't have time. You're getting the kids off to school. Okay, so maybe the mid-afternoon, maybe the late afternoon, maybe after you've put the kids to bed, maybe before you go to sleep. That's the time you want to spend some time with the Lord, whether it's those reflections or it's reading the scriptures, prayer life. Let's just say you're just that busy. What about those long drives? Those long drives to work. Spend those times in prayer. Put on a CD. Maybe a CD that's motivational or that helps you with a problem area in your life. A place that helps you get closer to the Lord. That might be your own car. Got the doors closed, you're in there by yourself. You can pray and say anything to the Lord and nobody will get in your way. Okay, now we got that going. We got taking responsibility. We're making a plan. Now we need to remove the distractions because there's a lot of things that get in our way and increase our chances of wasting time, and we don't even notice it. That means, folks, turn the TV off, turn the computer off. Tell the kids that you're going to take some time to talk to the Lord. It might seem a little awkward the first time you say that, but what a great example. Hey kids, could you guys keep quiet for a while? I'm going to spend some time with the Lord. It's a great example. And it doesn't have to, you don't have to spend the full hour right now. If you haven't done it, start off with something small, 15 minutes, half an hour, and go from there. And if your spouse is supportive and wants to join you, that's even better. Work together. Okay, now that we've gotten this far, we have to rely on the Lord. We can plan our day, our week, our month, but only the Lord knows how it's going to turn out. So before we start making great plans and getting books ready, and stay in prayer. Start with prayer and pray to the Lord to help you learn to use your time wisely, how to be a good steward of His time. Tell him and be honest. Tell him, I don't want to leave you with the crumbs. I want to put you first. So get God involved in your thinking. Like we said, we want to put God first. Now that you've gotten all that going, review your week. I don't know what day you use the end of your week, whether it be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Review your week. Don't criticize what you didn't get done, but review it. Think about ways to grow and improve. You might want to spend a little time asking some questions. I always have a list. Did I do the most important things for this week? How long did I spend on the things I needed to do? Did I do everything this week for the Lord or for myself? Did I make any progress this week? And how can I improve? The great theologian R.C. Sproul wrote, "The worst sin against stewardship is to waste your life." Folks, it's been a really practical reflection, not heavily on the scriptures, I know, but it's something that I think we all need, myself included, because my day gets hectic and I lose track of where I am at any point in time. So I want you guys to get out there and get busy being good stewards. And have a great week. Have a great Lent. May the Lord bless and keep you. May the Lord hold you in the palm of His hand till we meet again.